what's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about the Japanese candlestick, or just, a lot of people just know them as the candlesticks, and how to be able to read them. I think one of the most important things when it comes to trading is being able to understand kind of like performing technical analysis. And if you don't know how to understand, these candlesticks, which are the red and the green bars that you see going throughout pretty much all the graphs, it's just going to assist you in being able to understand, and being able to perform a little bit better when it comes to trading. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm going to start sharing my screen. If you guys have any suggestions or any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And I do listen to any video suggestions that you guys have, as we do upload, 5 helpful videos every day, Monday through Friday at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. But let me go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start sharing my screen and show you how to be able to read these candlesticks. I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to make it very simple for you guys, and what we're going to be focusing on are what are these boxes and what do the whiskers mean. And then I'm also going to explain to you with what we experience with FNCX, or I'm so sorry, TOPS, what are these little dashes. So let's start off with JNUG. Why are some red and why are some green, and how do they determine if they're red or green when this one's green and it shows that this one hit highs of above what this one did? Why is this one not green? So I'm going to explain that to you guys. So this box, when it's a green candlestick, this box, as in you see where it closes out right here, around this low point around 709, this is where it opened, and 715 is where it closed. So all that means is this full box is where it opened and where it closed. This whisker, sometimes there's one on the bottom part, sometimes there's one on both top and bottom, and this pretty much just means the range within that period, meaning that within this 10-minute increment for JNUG, that during this candlestick for JNUG, that it hit lows of 707 and it hit highs of 715, but it opened, meaning that when this 10-minute increment started, 10-minute candlestick started, it opened at 709, ended up closing at 715, meaning that it showed growth, right? From 709 to 715, that was an increase in price. That's why this is green. Now for this red candlestick, the reason that this is red is you have to read it kind of the opposite way. You know how we said that it opened here at the bottom part of the box, and then the top part of the box, this is where it closed. Now for the red candlestick, this top part of the box is where it opened, and this bottom part of the box is where it closed. And although it does show a wide range of where it traded within that area, that's just showing the high points and the low points during this 10-minute increment on where it was trading. And then to follow, we have a confirmation candlestick, and what this means is this confirmation candlestick, what it means, it's pretty much filling this whole line, and it's just confirming that it's showing signs of downward momentum. So with this is kind of just a sign that it might continue to drop through this range, and then this candlestick just supports this whisker, letting it know that okay, yeah, that it is seeing downward momentum. But overall, what I want you guys to focus on is being able to read these candlesticks and these whiskers. So these whiskers are just the range where it traded, but the box is actually, when it's green, the bottom part is where it opened, the top part is where it closed. On a red candlestick, the top part is where it opened, and the bottom part is where it closed. And what I mean by open and close is within this 10-minute increment, when this 10-minute started, it opened at here at 709 and closed at 715. And then this one opened at 715 but closed at, what is that, 713. So because it closed at 715 before and is now closed within the next 10 minutes at 713, from 715 to 713, that's a decrease or loss in price, meaning that's red. That's why this is red instead of green. Although it did go above it, it ended up closing below what it previously closed at. So that's why this is red. Again, very simple concept. Don't overwhelm yourself. And I think the easier you make sense of it, the better you're going to be when being able to perform your technical analysis on these stocks. You guys can utilize these candlesticks, anything that you guys choose to invest in when it comes to penny stocks or long-term investments. But I think it's definitely going to be a very important concept to learn for you to be successful when it comes to trading. So I hope you guys found that helpful. And then very quickly, I'm going to be talking about tops on what these little dashes mean. These little dashes, as you know, when we say that this is a box, right? This is where it opened at, this is where it closed at. So there was a range of movement in price. These dashes mean that it opened and closed within this 1-minute increment at that same price, meaning that there was no movement. Now when you see this dash and then this kind of T, what that means is that, obviously because it's a red candlestick, it opened at like 1.2199, as you can see the price right here. but then the range within that 1 minute means that it dropped all the way down here and then came back up, ended up closing really at the same point. So this is just showing the range, but it opened and closed around the same time. And that's really just it. Alrighty guys, so I hope you guys found that helpful. I try to make it as easy as I can to understand the Japanese candlesticks. Although they sound somewhat complicated, again, they're just a box, and the green ones mean at the low points, that's where it opened within that frequency, right? So if you have a 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour frequency, it depends, right? And they're gonna change. But the green ones mean that the low point, the bottom of the box is where it opened, and the top of the box is where it closed. Now for the red candlesticks, for the box, the top part is where it opened, and then the bottom part is where it closed. That's why it's red, because it closed lower than it opened at. So that's showing signs of downward momentum. It's a very simple concept, and I hope you guys found it helpful. I love making these videos for you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions on any videos you guys would like me to make, please go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And if you guys would like to be a part of TechBit Solutions, we're sitting a little bit over 8,300 members worldwide. The link is provided for you down below. It's a free networking group that you can join. And pretty much what we do is share best practices, share mistakes, in effort to promote growth. It's a very welcoming environment for new and experienced traders. So I'd love to be a part of your success. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and let's make sure that we end this week on a green note. Take care, guys.
Baby, don't you let it go to waste. You know we could put 'em all to shame. Now isn't the time to play it safe.